Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Madcast Battle of the Best International Tournament Edition 2. We just watched a series against Dog against Neria, 3-0 for Dog. Very quick.
Nothing new on the scene. 3-0, 3-0,
Wild growth
3-0, 3-0.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
innovate that, wild growth that, win that.
Innervate that, wild growth that, mech warper this and this and this. Savage roar, top deck
Play
fight.
11,
Let's do this.
play 11 mana until 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Honestly, they both played amazingly well, but I think if there hadn't been the second wild growth, Scenario would have had the game. Sometimes it just takes, one card to change everything.
Yeah,
Because
of
Freeze Mage is a
course.
very, very strong deck in general. So I'm happy we're seeing it come back, though, because it was dead out of the metagame for so long now.
That's
You've
true.
seen it in tournament play, but that was pretty much it.
It fits the metagame, I mean the tournament metagame. I think it's kind of weaker on ladder, like almost not playable on ladder. But when it comes to tournament scene, when you can plan your bans and you can, make the game plan ahead of the games even start, then Freeze Match might be making a comeback. That's why I just
Yeah.
was thinking about what are the bans? Why are they banning warriors and stuff like that? And I was actually wondering if someone will take freeze mages as a really, really good deck to play in tournaments.
Yeah. It's a very, very strong deck. And what's actually interesting is that I expected in this tournament to see some Giants Mage, Twilight Drake, Sludge Belchers, Duplicate, what you
Hmm.
referred to earlier as Hyped Mage. I
Yeah,
expected to see a version like this come up in the tournament, but that hasn't been the case so far because that deck got a bit stronger after GVG. It's just not, I think, maybe been explored enough, or a few players have. It's an archetype that I expected to see, but we didn't. We saw Aggro Mage from Game King. Well, I did, at least in the qualifiers early this week. And today we saw Freeze Mage and another Mech Tempo, I think.
yeah.
So
Well, I'm not a fan of the hyped variant mage. Well, I just don't like, duplicates when you are planning to win, like with Twilight Drakes that get duplicated, and that's one of the plan to win that can be
yep.
easily disrupted. So, you know, I'm more of a fan of the secret mages or freeze mages or even face mages than that.
Even Face Mage, yeah, with Jeeves.
Yeah, I would like to see that.
Have you played a lot of Jeeves Mage?
Well, not really, but I played a lot of Jeeves, and it feels like most of the time your opponent has to kill it anyway. They don't
Yeah,
really. It's like you play a
it's got
minion,
taunt. Yeah.
you yeah, you draw 2 cards most probably, and then your opponent has the option. Okay, I can leave this Jeeves live for a turn, draw myself also two cards maybe or maybe 3, but at the same time my opponent is playing an aggressive deck, so he'll drop all the cards he just drew and then draw more. And I can't really make a comeback from that.
Yeah.
So
Against
you have
aggro,
to
it's
kill the
awesome.
Jeeves. And
Yeah. The Silverback Patriarch that draws you 3 cards sometimes. It's just incredible. It's
and it's a
crazy
mech.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it synergizes, because just why not? Just give it an extra little um, additional benefit. I'd like to see more Jeeves in tournaments. I don't know. I haven't seen much of that so far. I've seen like one this week. That was it. I was a little disappointed. Let me get that. I was hoping for a little bit more of that. But
Well,
so next match is D2 versus Karlis. D2 was AFK for a little bit, but he came back. So D2 banned Warlock from Karlis's lineup, and Karlis banned the Paladin from D2. So that leaves them both with a Warrior in their roster, which so far most people have been banning Warrior. But Warlock and Paladin are gone. D2's Pally we saw earlier doing 3-0 against his previous opponent. Amazing
you
job that
know,
was there.
you know what I see? I see an innervate.
Do you see another 3-0? Karlis picking his Druid against D2's Priest. And a Yeti is not exactly the easiest minion to deal with as a priest.
Yeah, for sure.
On turn
Unless you
2,
draw into a Shrinkmeister with
Shadow Word
Shadowward
Pain.
Pain.
But
Yeah.
this is going to be 2 turns late, though, because of Innervate. So
Yeah.
it's kind of. Okay,
Well, it'd
well,
still be kind of okay trade. Well, it actually would be a really good
with the
trade
coin. Yeah.
because you. Oh, there's a Shadow War Pain. Look
There's
at
the
that.
Shadow Word Pain. Never mind
Okay.
me.
So it will
Never
be a
mind
trade
me.
2 for 1 because there will be a Yeti and an Innovate for just the Shadow Wall Pain because there will
Yeah,
be still a
actually,
creature
yeah.
in the priest board. So yeah, it's
This Yeti is
really
going to
important.
backfire really hard here on Karlis because he doesn't know that on turn 3, Faramir will just coin out Shrinkmeister Shadow Word
It's
Pain.
D2, man. It's D2.
Oh, D2, yeah, I keep saying Faramir because I keep reading Faramir. Sorry, D2. I keep misnaming you because you have a friend called that playing your account. He
Oh,
heals
the
the
light
Yeti.
shall burn you.
Oh yeah, the typical BM, except it doesn't do anything.
So now turn
Ah,
3 is nothing. It's just
yeah.
huge power. And turn 3 for D2 is really awesome.
Yeah,
Killing
it's
a
gonna give him a
Yeti.
lot of swing.
And turn 4 will be most probably Keeper to kill the Shrinkmeister, right?
I think Keeper is a bit better because otherwise Holy Smite risks killing your Yeti, which actually has the Holy Smite in his hand. D2 has it, so that would be a little bit of a worry on Carlos's mind. And it's better to get a Keeper of the Grove out there before Cabal Shadow Priest comes out. Might as well get it out of the way before he steals some kind of 2-4. Spectral Knights are being run by Karlis, so a much more standard, aggressive Druid deck. Reminiscent of what I think Firebat was running a while back. Actually, a lot of players have been running this, quite frankly. Shade of Nax, Spectral Knights. The old build.
Spectral Knights are really good against Priest, but when there's a chance.
Yeah. Shrinkmeister, Cabal Shadow Priest. But one of the Shrinkmeisters is gone right now. So that's less likely to happen.
Dark Cultist with Power Shield.
A
And
very powerful play here.
it still doesn't really achieve much because the Dark Cultist has 3 points of attack and there will be a Spectral Knight there. So even without a Pyromancer, you're not able to clear this board anyway.
Yeah. And actually, Karlis has a pretty nice follow-up here, curve-wise, because his turn 7 is guaranteed to be Ancient of Lore pretty much 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense. He's got one piece of the combo. He can probably get the Priest down a little bit lower on health, which is going to be just enough to maybe reach for lethal very early, depending on what he top decks here.
The problem is that Karlis will have to go face with everything he has. He has just to ignore the creatures to win this game, I think.
Basically, yeah, because the Priest has been in the position of, like, he's been able to stabilize with that Shrinkmeister Shadowward Pain. If that hadn't been the case, that would have been a different story. But because of that Shrinkmeister coin Shadowward Pain, it was actually very effective. And yeah.
Wrath
Nice,
doesn't do much this time.
No.
Because both creatures are more than 3 points of HP. If the second Power Shield didn't drop, it was really nice that Wrath was drawn right now. In this situation,
he could swipe Wrath, actually. He could attack, he could swipe the Dark Cultist, attack the Northshire Cleric, and then finish off the Cultist with Wrath.
I think
although, like, I can't say it's like the most effective play in the universe, but it's definitely going to let him maintain tempo of this. Because, like, there's nothing that can remove the Spectral Knight in the immediate sense. Even Alkanized Soul Priest doesn't do it.
Okay, so Shadow Madness is useless for now. One Shrinkmeister was used, so there's no chance of actually using it on a National Level or a Yeti or whatever will be played.
So Thought Steal here is probably a play you make most of the time because you want to at least see what you can get from it before deciding whether you want to heal or Dark Cultist. So he picked up a Shade of Nax. I don't know exactly how relevant that's going to be.
Well, you can play it now.
Yeah, with Savage Roar you can kill a Spectral Knight next turn. That's going to give you 5 damage to kill off that pesky thing.
Which do you play now?
I don't know.
I think Ancient of Lore. I think it's Ancient of Lore.
Well, that was tempting, though. The Shade of Nax Drama's Yeti here allowed him to set up a really nice Force of Nature Savage Roar if he found it in his deck.
Second
so that
Ancient of Lore, man. Nice. Will he actually use it next turn? Vol'jin, okay.
I didn't think of Vol'jin as a new tool to deal with Spectral Knights, but that definitely would help in some circumstances. Yeah, you can smack a really small minion into it.
And...
Well, you don't have to. Yeah, it avoids, you having to trade away your... to use your Savage Roar here. You can just Vol'jin trade, and your Vol'jin will kill the Ancient of Lore. Because it is a 5/5.
Does D2 use Shadow Word Death? Because if he doesn't...
He does not have Shadow Word Death.
But if he uses it at all, like in his deck...
Okay, yeah, if he's got it in his deck, okay, yes. Quite frankly, I have no idea. He runs 2 Shadow Word Pain, so he's probably been playing a lot around with the Shrinkmeister, right? Shrinkmeister Shadow Word Pain kills 5 attack.
This resembles the Amaz deck from Kingdom Tournament, and that deck didn't have any amount of Shadow Word depths.
Yeah.
It had 2 Recombobulators, 2 Shrinkmeisters, 2 Shadow Word Pain. No, so 1 Shadow Word Pain, but 2 Shadow Madness. Stuff like that, so...
Oh no, another Spectral Knight from Karlis here. D2 is not gonna be super happy about that one.
The Spectral Knight is really bad against the Vol'jin.
Yeah, but he can just kill the Vol'jin with a 5/5.
Do you do that? You can just play second Agent of War, go face.
You're vulnerable to Shadow Word Deaths after that point, and Holy Fires though, aren't you?
Well,
I mean, you might be right actually. You could go face and just wait for Force of Nature, Savage War. I think you're right, actually. It makes a lot more sense to just ignore the board and force the priest to try to trade in some way.
D2 had to use both forward sheets, so there's no way, unless there's like a buff from Villain's Chosen, to make the Vol'jin bigger to trade and then to be healed. So yeah. I think going face was more important.
Oh, this is such a reactive play here from the priest. I mean, he doesn't have the choice. But it's just an awkward position. I keep saying awkward because that's the best way I can comprehend this position. Every single move he's made so far has been defensive in nature. And the priest, I mean the druid is just flooding the board.
2 4 creatures and 1 is untargetable. So...
I mean, he would need... Actually, he would need Circle of Healing twice. Or, yeah, this... Exactly.
Oh, no, he has that.
It's
we played the Harrison Jones for nothing, yeah, and
Harrison for Alkanai for nothing, just a contest board.
Ouch, that's harsh. Lothep, oh
and
wow.
Now Lothep to seal this.
Well, you can play Ragnaros too.
Okay, if you play Ragnaros, there's a risk of mind control in your near future. Possibly, but because you could ignore that. But I feel like Lothep and Druid of the Claw to face is just really appealing here. Then again, you might be worried about Circle.
Then maybe you use Lothep and 1 Shade of Nextram as use a hero power, kill with the Yeti, the Alkanai, and go for 4 damage to face.
Yeah, just set up a little kill on the Alkanai to make sure there's no Circle problems.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I think that's the idea that Karlis is having right now.
Yeah, and the thing is, D2 after Lothep really can't do much. Like, he's got no follow-up really after this, because he needs spells to wipe the board, but those are locked out.
Oh
wow, he wipes the board completely. Playing very safe here. It makes sense.
I was thinking about leaving the Harrison Jones, but maybe that's better, okay?
Because then you don't lose Lothep.
Yeah, but now you can't really play anything.
Yeah, there's Dark Cultist and Alkanai.
You will be at 24 points of health, so if... How much points of damage is that? That's 9, 12, 18 points of damage. That's not enough to become lethal. Savage.
It's close enough, though.
You play Ragnaros here, right?
I think you could play Ragnaros very happily. I mean, again, the only drawback would be a mind control effect, but I mean that doesn't even put you that far back behind because you've got BGH.
Yeah, exactly.
There's nothing there that really worries you, no matter what. So Ragnaros is a solid play this turn. Really solid play. I could get behind Druid of the Claw. Yeah, I don't know. I could get behind many plays here. There's definitely multiple plays that make sense, but Rag puts the most pressure. You have to expect him not to run Shadow Word Deaths if you've seen what he's played.
Oh, he's clearing. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's going down to 10 health anyway, right? So all you have to do next turn is Force of Nature, bring him down 4. So it's gonna be, you just need 1 more minion alive next turn. And you can always sound your own Ragnaros very easily.
No way with that Ragnaros. Without Shadow Word Death, Priest is actually defenseless.
Shadow Madness and Nova would wipe this board. Yeah, but that's not going to be enough to survive, though, because he still dies to Force of Nature. I mean, you have to Nova for the extra health, I guess. but that still doesn't help you too much.
Yep, you die.
You're still dead. Yeah, you're dead to so many cards in the Druid's
Oh no,
arsenal.
Wild Grove. Wild Grove won the
Oh
game.
no!
It was drawn
Warlock.
right now. That's the perfect moment for that. He just threw the Wild Grove. No!
Oh my god, Wild Growth turn 10, guys. This is unbeatable. How do you deal with the Wild Growth turn 10?
Okay,
After
so
that
Druid,
Innervate Yeti.
Druid is 4-0 in round 2.
In round 2 so far, yeah, it's been 3 games for Dogs Druid, and again for Karlis getting his first win. Innervate Yeti. Got dealt with Shrinkmeister, but that ultimately I think cost maybe too much of the combo resources that maybe D2 wanted to use later on in the game. So that was really tough.
It had to be done.
Yeah, it had to be done, of course, because otherwise he might have taken 12, perhaps even 16 damage from that thing over the course of a few more turns. So that was definitely a Druid one-sided game. I mean, I don't know. What, Innervate MVP again? Or there were a lot of good decisions made from both players, but I think a Circle of Healing might have changed the way this went down.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's like this crucial card against Druid.
Like, he didn't find a single one of those. And he pretty much whiffed on the Thought Steal as well. Nothing there really to help him out too much. He got a Shade.
And Shade, right? Yeah, that Shade didn't achieve much. It was like a basic free minion without any kind of advantage.
For 3 mana, so it was like a bad Earthling Farseer at that point for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
actually,
really that Thought Steal didn't help.
Farseer might have been actually really good because you can play the Alkanite and then deal 3 damage.
And then deal 3, yeah.
Yeah. Kill a minion, like kill a Spectral Knight that was damaged by that.
Yeah, he really got no value there out of the Thought Steal. So unfortunately, I mean, it's a pretty tough matchup for Priest in general anyway. Like we can't really pretend like it's a different. Things have changed. Things are still much the same. Druid has a pretty good matchup. If they get the good ramp against Priest, it's really hard to pull off. Even though they've got really, the Shrinkmeister, Cabal Shadow Priest, Shrinkmeister, Shadowwood Pain, as we saw. Some of those really help with that matchup, but not nearly as much as you need them to sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yep. Pretty close, though. Alright, another game is going to start. Karlis with his Druid again into Handlock. Well, Warlock from Nyria. You said it was going to be Handlock. It got banned in the first round, so I have absolutely no idea.
D2,
I would assume... D2, yeah, sorry. I would assume...
Oh, Innervate! Oh, look. Innervate 2-1. Good card.
Okay, so... Alright, so 2-0 for Karlis in this second round. This is unfortunate. Are we getting a little bit of technical problems here? Can't get the invitation.
Yeah, from D2 here. We'll get it in a few seconds.
There we go. D2
okay, we got it. Yeah, so there's a big game Hunter. Is it already after Mulligan? No.
He still has a Mulligan, his 3 cards, so we're still pre-Mulligan. Oh. And here it comes.
Oh man, is it turn to Spectral Knight?
It is, it really is. And it's not going to be fun for that Warlock. Although, this is one of those situations where you have to make the judgment call, because if Molten Giants come down too early... The thing is, this deck runs double combo, as far as I'm aware. And that's one of the easiest ways to race Warlock.
Well, you can do 2 ways. You can play Shadow Extremist in 2 into Spectral Knight turn 3, or the other way around.
Yeah. Shade of Nax might be a bit more of a safe play. Because you get turn 3 Spectral, turn 4 Yeti now that you top deck the Yeti.
Yeah. You got a great curve and you're building a really strong board. Like if Karlis draws into a keeper in the next 2 draws.
Oh no, that would be like... He could actually just kill out Twilight Drake right away and there would be no opposition from D2 for a long time now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now you play the Spectral Knight for sure.
I can't imagine any other play, really.
Yeah. And go face with that 3 points of damage? I think you do.
A Dark Bomb is a bit too risky, so you probably just pass and wait. Oh, he just goes face. Okay, never mind. Alright.
Like, if he uses a Dark Bomb, then then there's no minion to interfere with your plans. So it's kind of okay with you.
Interfere with your plans. Evil druids having plans to dominate the world today.
Oh, Big Game Hunter. Oh, interesting.
This is incredible. Alright, so we're looking at a Warlock on 15 health, turn 4, against a deck that is supposed to be somewhat slow. I can I don't know what to think. So we're looking at... I mean, what do you play here? Do you have to play anti-heal bot? Because he does have, you know, 8 health regain.
Wow.
Because Molten Giant is better, but if it gets played, there's no way he comes back from this.
Oh man, I
He
think
doesn't know it, but...
heal. I think he won't heal because he has that Molten Giant. If he plays heal, then the Molten Giant will not be playable.
It'll be played next turn, because you're still gonna go down again.
But it won't be enough. You will get 8 points of damage only, so you'll be still at 15. And at turn 6, you can't play Molten Giant without taunt, so it doesn't make really sense.
So if you kill Shade this turn, let's say you kill Shade this turn with the Drake, then you play anti-heal bot. Next turn he goes face and he attacks you for 8. He probably doesn't do that. He probably just taunts up. So
no, I don't think so.
You're right. Never mind. Doesn't make any sense at all.
He taps into a Dark Bomb.
Oh, wow.
That doesn't help him at all. So he has to use Farseal.
Yeah, and actually.
So now.
Oh no.
This is tough call. He can. Wouldn't you actually now kill the creatures and not go face?
He can't go. He can't Shadow Flame, and Ragnaros is auto lethal.
Okay, so
the best he can do here is taunt up.
That's a Sun
right?
Fury, so you know, you play a Molten Giant and taunt up, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, Big Game Hunter like D2 might be playing around some kind of Black Knight if he doesn't taunt up the Molten. Like, I could see him do that, but either way, Big Game Hunter's gonna take care of it, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, is this game actually? No, it's not. There's Dog Bomb. No, actually, it might be game.
This is ridiculous.
Because he taunts up... He has to use Coil, but he can't. So he has to Sun Fury the 2 biggest minions. Right? He doesn't have enough mana for the anti-heal bot on top.
And if he actually plays taunt on the Giant, then he loses.
He loses the game, exactly. So he has to kill a Spectral Knight with the little 3/3 and the 4/1, then taunt up the 2 remaining minions.
And then he will just get 9 points of damage from that.
But he's still dead, right?
Yeah, he's still dead. Wait, no. If he plays
Big Game Hunter
with taunt and not on the Giant...
he can't play BGH because he's got a Giant in the play.
Alright!
Yeah, he couldn't play the BGH. Oh, it's game. Over now. It's game. Yeah, BGH Hero Power.
It's insane.
Oh, this is absolutely crushing. That's 5-0 for Druids in round 2.
Yeah.
Wow. And you know what? I think D2 wanted to play the Big Game Hunter and taunt it up, but he couldn't do it because he actually played his own Giant first. If he'd done it other way around, he might have been able to live one more turn. And maybe stabilize with a good Siphon Soul. Not that it might have, been guaranteed, but it could have helped a little bit.
Wow, man.
That's
just Blitzkrieg.
Druid happened. Yeah, Blitzkrieg I think is the proper word here, right?
Yeah.
I'm
Well, innovate. Turn 3. That I don't know what to say. This game
hey Noxious, how was your tournament casting experience? Oh, it was great, dude. I got to say Wild Growth and Innervate like 30,000 times, and I was like, this is insane, and it was insane about 25 times. So that was actually pretty crazy. This whole streak of it's just Druid galore right now. They're still really, really strong in tournament play. That or they're just all god drawing. I don't know.
Think about the deck. It's like creatures that are neutral creatures most of the time, and Wild Growth and Innervate.
Yeah, I'm gonna build any deck. I'm gonna make a deck with just 4 drops and 5 drops, and I'm gonna put Innervate Wild Growth, and I'm gonna 2 Savage Roars and Ancient of Lore, and I'm gonna take any 4 drop in the game, okay? And we're gonna see what's the win rate of that on ladder one day. I'm just gonna put anything in there.
Which is not like really bad as a 4-drop. It can be a Violet Teacher, a Drog,
anything you feel like, really. Just put anything in there and see what's your win rate. So far, if you get your ramp, a lot of the time you can just spiral out of control. That will carry you forward quite a lot. So that was actually pretty nasty, those 2 games. So what the deck that D2 has left is not his Paladin deck because he actually lost that one. I think he's got Warrior.
I think so too. It's Warrior. He was playing the first game, right? Against
He
no,
didn't,
that was
yeah.
Dog versus Colento, so that was D2
But
versus Gara.
his Warrior got banned, I believe. D2's Warrior got banned when he was in the first round, so he never got. Well, anyway, he just played Paladin and 3-0'd, so that didn't really didn't get to see anything. But yep, Warrior against Druid. Let's see what happens here. Okay, how many wild growths in the start? And there's one. Alright, so we have one wild growth in the starting hand for Druid, but Warrior can, with Shield Maidens, you know, they have a lot more survivability. That's given them a little bit more reach or ability to survive a bit longer. To say that they're going to be able to stabilize in the mid game, was Karlis the one running Harrison Jones earlier? Or was that someone else? Because I remember Druid.
Too many Druids, man. Too many Druids.
Yeah, we've seen many Druids, and I think one of them was running Harrison Jones. This might be the one. Oh wow, the perfect curving here for Karlis again. Turn 3
for Yeti. Yeah,
turn 3 Yeti even.
Turn 3 Yeti, yeah. Then Spectral Knight or low tip, and then Spectral Knight or low tip, and then Shadow. Yeah, seems nice.
And there's actually no weapon right now in D2's hand to actually contest with this, so he might have to just shield block, coin, shield slam.
It's still okay.
Yeah, it's still a very nice play, honestly. Oh, he gets
wow.
this shield slam. Okay, fine. This may not be over yet.
Yeah.
Okay, this is very nice for him right now.
Do you play
And the Shield Maiden as well.
Or Spectral Knight? What do you think?
I think he plays Spectral Knight because, then again, I mean, what's the point of Lothep here? What does she really prevent? It dies to Death Bite, I guess, or...
I'm not really sure.
I feel like Spectral Knight could have been a decent play as well.
Interesting. I think Spectral Knight will also achieve the same thing because now he wants to kill the Armor Smith? Oh no.
Because he wants to remove the armor before anything else comes down. But he doesn't know that D2 has another shield block in hand, so that's going to help him a lot.
That double shield block shield slam is the MVP here.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, with an execute, there might be another line of play, but I feel like this is pretty straightforward. You can use, Death's Bite later on to finish off the Spectral Knight if necessary. You could try to draw a card with the Acolyte of Pain on the Spectral Knight. Oh. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. He might not even have... Yeah, he might... Armor, and he's gonna be able... If he smacks the Armor Smith and the Acolyte of Pain, he won't even need to...
I think you use the weapon here. You smack down.
What about Fiery War? Okay, you attack Acolyte of Pain and Armor Smith into Spectral Knight, then you Shield Slam Lothep, then you Fiery War Axe down the Spectral Knight. That's guaranteed to kill it, and you wipe the board, guaranteed.
Well, you guarantee more card draw with this type of play.
Yeah, most definitely. It's just, to wipe the board, it would have been... Okay, yeah, the Warrior has definitely stabilized right now. Oh, yeah, and the board again, Shield Block, Shield Slam, doing a lot of work. Hey, the Druid's hand is pretty good, but the Warrior's hand as well. Could this be just the way to kill Druid? You just play Warrior? Is this the secret? Sylvanas.
Okay.
It's going to give Karlis a little bit of a headache soon. Now the Ancient Lore goes down. And D2, very comfortable position. Does he develop his weapon or just armor up? Because he could have a decent follow-up with minions next turn. I think developing the weapon is...
Yeah, I agree. That's
You're right.
More interesting.
I agree.
Beacon Hunter, okay. So...
Does he have to just go face here and
I think
do the best? Because he does have 2 swipes. So when he does, if he does find a... Because, I mean, the Warrior here may kill the minion with his weapon, so...
What do you think about playing the Druid of the Claw in taunt mode? It's not... Well...
He's already played 2 shield blocks, so that could make some sort of sense. But he's got weapon and Acolyte Pin Execute, so you might get 0 value out of it. If an Execute is in his hand, you're just gonna get nothing at all. And that's really problematic.
Yeah, you're right. Double Belcher. Now this is really important.
The Belcher's good. Yeah, I mean he's got double, so going through that as Karlis, which, I mean, Shade of Nax can sit here for a while until Sylvanas comes out, right? Like there's no way for him right now to activate Sylvanas on his own. He's already used 2 shield slams, so he can't shield slam his own Sylvanas. So Shade could sit there for a while until a brawl comes out at best. Alright, so D2 kills the 4-3 here, which makes a lot of sense, and develops the Sylvanas to threaten the board and say, if you're going to play something big, then I'm going to steal your Shade, so be careful. Alright, Scenario's coming out with a bunch of taunts actually. That Savage Roar top deck here could be devastating, because right now he cannot go through to kill Scenarios.
Well, he will
Actually,
kill
I lied.
creatures. Yeah, that's
Could
not,
Iron
that's
Beak
not
Owl.
enough.
He could Iron Beak Owl a 2-2, attack a 2-2 with his weapon, smack Sylvanas into Scenarios, and that would steal either a 2-2 or the Shade or Scenarios.
You think he would do that and then play Shield Maiden?
I don't think it's a very strong play, honestly. I think it's acceptable, but just not very optimal. I think it's fine, but just not great. I'd rather develop a Sludge Belcher and kill just a 2-2 with Sylvanas. It's a lot more threatening. Yep, there it is. Now, Keeper of the Grove Savage Roar is a bit of a problem. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Double swipe here. What do you do with double swipe?
I'm not sure.
Swipe the 3-5, use your hero power to finish it off. Then...
A Keeper would be nice for sure, but there's no Keeper.
He's got a Force of Nature, so Savage Roar is really just one card away from really bursting down that warrior. Could you double swipe face right now to get incredible... No?
No, you have to swipe Armor
Swipe
Smith
Armor
first.
Smith hero power, that's it. Okay.
And play Yeti, I think. Well, it sucks, because...
Sylvanas is just... Well, the thing is, right now, if you don't play Yeti, you're guaranteed to have no board next turn.
Yeah.
Because he attacks scenarios, then he steals the Shade, and you've got literally nothing at all. Whereas now, a Force of Nature Savage Roar could win you the game, if there is no taunts in the deck.
That would be
But
a
there is
second Belcher, which would be devastating for the Druid.
And there's Shield Maiden and Sylvanas, and Alexstrasza, sorry. There's a lot of options here for D2 to just stick in this game and stay here for a while. It's going to be very tough, actually, for Karlis to just go through. The warrior did stabilize very, very quickly early on. Shield block, shield slam very fast.
Yeah. MVP of this game. Which one
And he
is
steals the
oh,
Shade.
Which
That's a nice
is the
pickup.
worst one? Because now it's vulnerable to swipe.
Yep, it's not going to be able to live because of swipe, but I feel like you have to play Sludge Belcher here. Unfortunately, if he's got the Keeper of the Grove, the Belcher is going to do nothing. So Shield Maiden is a bit safer in that way.
Alright.
Yep.
I
Alright,
must
so-
choose.
23 health.
Second Force of Nature.
Okay, this is really tricky right now. If you're Karlis, I think you have to go all in with Force of Nature and just try to
Think
burst
so?
that Druid down. I mean, what
about
else?
the Druid of the Claw and swipe?
The Shade?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know. I feel like you want to keep swipe for when you really have to deal with a taunt, right? A taunt is there, you can't go through with Force of Nature, so you drop the swipe at that point when you're really desperate for removal.
Oh, he
Like
goes
right
with
now,
the
swipe is perfect. Like it's just, yeah, perfect damage. Now, this is the
second Shield Maiden, okay.
another Shield Maiden. That's gonna be very helpful.
It's
Then
the
again,
type
same
of-
dilemma, right? Like, do you play Shield
Yeah,
Maiden or
yeah.
play Sludge? I mean, if you play Rag, it's a 50-50 that you're safe from Force of Nature. But if you play Sludge and he's got Keeper, then you're still in trouble. Shield Maiden, on the other hand, guarantees you've got 7 extra health because you armor up afterwards. So Shield Maiden's still the better play, but you're still dead to Force of Nature Savage Roar very soon. Alright, I'm liking this Wrath for card draw here. Definitely wants to get himself... Ah, okay. Is that going to be another Wrath for card draw for the Force of Nature Savage Roar? I wouldn't be surprised, and yes it is. Okay. The face is real?
I think
Face
so.
is real. Alright, but now he's you can't even consider Alexstrasza, unfortunately.
You're still
No.
safe with the Belcher, in my opinion.
But you don't know that he doesn't have Keeper. That's
Oh,
the big
nice,
drawback, and now
nice.
BGH is going to kill
Nice with the
scenarios,
counter.
so
That's very nice.
you have to hope that Keeper of the Grove is not in his range right now. Because that's pretty much the only way you lose this, right? Is if you can Whoa.
Right, oh.
No
Right
more
now,
BGH.
yeah, but I think,
I have no
yeah, you
time
do
for
play
games.
Sylvanas is amazing here, but the thing is, D2, if he develops either Rag or Sylvanas, is going to lose either of them to the BGH.
But if you play...
But Silence, you have to kill it. You have to kill it without losing any value. You have to. And he does. So, I think D2 might have... It's not over yet, though. I want to say he's in a good position, but it's far from over because just a single, like 1 or 2 streaks of good top decks here on Karlis' side would change the game.
Wild Growth. Well, I think...
You
you play it.
This could still work. A Keeper of the Grove here would still be amazing. You BGH the...
Innovate, oh, nice.
BGH Rag, Innervate. No. You have to BGH Rag, and then you're stuck.
Yeah.
Or do you YOLO Rag it? No, you can't YOLO Rag it. That is way too dangerous. Yep, there's...
Well, you'll be counting on hitting the Ragnars, so...
Yeah, it's not...
almost the same outcome.
Or, yeah, or the Sludge Belcher. The Sludge Belcher or Face. Because that way, if you get a Keeper of the Grove, you reach for lethal pretty well. In either 3 of those circumstances. Alright, I think this is a YOLO Rag turn. Ah, the Keeper. That's what he wanted last turn. Pretty sure.
Still not over, though.
Yeah, far from over, actually. He just silences the 3-5 here. And then there's definitely
If he
possibility of
hits-
lethal.
Yeah, if he hits the Alexstrasza, this is really... Okay, second best option.
Oh, the brawl here from D2 really going to help in this position. Because he can almost secure that he's going to be fine at the end of the sequence. Or alternatively, he just ignores that and just trades with Rag.
I think you ignore and trade with Rag.
Not worth brawling here. Okay.
No, you have to brawl. No, don't listen.
I mean,
have
you do have the Acolyte of Pain, so worst case scenario. I mean, because he's got 1 card in hand, so there's no combo, right? Like, you pretty much expect there to be no combo.
I think you go face and go brawl. Maybe we're first playing Acolyte of Pain.
Yeah, I think you just play maybe Firewax the Face, then Acolyte of Pain. Do you trade with Rag, though? I think trading with Rag might be a much safer play, but it doesn't play to win, right? That's the big issue.
No. I don't think you can allow Druid to draw more than 1 card and play to win.
At this point, I think you just go all in and you pray. Because right now, that is a win condition, I believe. 8, 11, 10. Oh no, the top deck.
Oh look, Druid winning.
Well, actually, yeah, he wins by exactly 1 damage. Oh. This is excruciating. Another Druid win, 6-0 in the round of 2. So I'm...
Oh god.
This is absolutely crushing. Karlis and Dog going 3-0, each of them. That is crazy.
Why didn't you play the brawl, my friend?
I think it had to be a brawl turn too. He played his odds. He saw 1 card in the opponent's hand. He said there's no combo there. He has to top deck it. So if he's got 1 piece, he has to get the other 1. He played 1 force, so there's only 2 Savage Roars left if he's got the force, or alternatively, like vice versa. So I think his play was correct, but it was ultimately not the right one. That was really unfortunate. It's a lot of Druids here getting played today. I can't even believe how many we see. Like 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. That's 5 3-0s in a row right now. Like so many sweeps.
Yep. So many sweeps, and I can't even tell how many Druid decks were played. It's like it all mixes up and shakes and...
Yeah, because a lot of decks, a lot of the wins were very similar. It was Druid of the Claw. I mean, not Druid of the Claw, but Druid into good Wild Growths and Innervates. Like, I've seen so many of that right now that I just don't even know who was playing it at this point. Nyria went 3-0 with that, if I recall, and then Dog went 3-0 with that, if I recall, and then Karlis goes 3-0 again with this. So that's kind of This is like
Yeah.
the Druid tournament.
And finals will be between
Yep.
Karlis and
Karlis and Dog, yeah.
Dog. Okay, so two underdogs, you might
Oh,
say.
I see what you did there. Yep, I see what you did there. So this is kind of it's kind of interesting because I don't know if either of them will lead with Druid. Because I mean the first one who wins with his Druid is going to go 3-0 afterwards. It's just a matter of queuing up in the first matchup and getting good draws. But it's kind of awkward. I don't know. I don't even know what to expect anymore. I've seen so much Druid. I know the Miracle Rogue from Dog was a really good deck. But how do you think it fares against Druid? Miracle Rogue with, Doctor Booms, Doctor Boom and whatnot.
I'm not sure, man.
Yeah.
How do you win against Nervate in Wild Grove?
You just have to hope that he doesn't have them. All right,
Okay.
guys. So in about 20 seconds, we're going to be going to commercial break. And we'll be right back for not the grand finals. That's tomorrow, actually. Then we're going to be seeing Dog playing up against Karlis, and one of them will move on to the grand finals tomorrow after we've casted the losers bracket. So have a nice one, and just don't move. We'll be right back.
Yep. Now,
of a world in chaos, broken by change.